Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Movies Worth Seeing. Addy, would you care to ask me why I'm wearing this stupid hat?
Why are you wearing the stupid hat?
Because it doesn't matter.
Just like Madam Web!
Ah! We are talking about Madam Web. Why are we talking about it? I don't know. I just thought to myself, what's a movie that's definitely not worth seeing?
You're not living up to the name of your podcast. Movies worth seeing, not Madam Web.
Every bit of dialogue in this is delivered like a robot delivered it, like a ChatGPT
horrible.
conversation delivered it. There's no variation in tonality or anything like that.
There are so many parts in these movies where they could have used the horrible quality of acting, story, script, structure of every visual thing you can imagine to make it an iconic, terrible movie, such as Sharknado, something that's intentionally bad. But the problem is that they take themselves so freaking serious is what makes it so bad. You gotta go for one or the other. You either take yourself serious and you make something good, or you take yourself not serious at all and you produce something bad.
But how do you get taken seriously when you can tell they're trying to be funny, but they're failing at it badly because the actors have terrible delivery? Dakota Johnson has the worst sense of comedic timing. So even when a line is funny, she destroys it. This is an empty vessel where everyone feels like they are performing this movie as if they were held at gunpoint and they just got to get it over with for the sake of it. Like Sydney Sweeney is terrible.
And she's an amazing actress.
Yeah, so I don't know what they did to her to, like, you see little glimmers where you can tell there's something there, but I don't know how. It requires a special talent to be able to suck all the talent out of other people.
I'm so sorry.
Yes. You should be so sorry.
Let's talk about a few moments and storylines and why they're justified or not justified at all.
Oh, yeah, I got a great one. Imagine you're watching Terminator 2, right? And the Terminator has just saved John Connor from the T-1000, who you could tell is a threat. Now imagine the Terminator saved John Connor in Terminator 2 and then decided,
Hey, John, I'm going to go to Peru for a week. You stay here and deal with the T-1000. See ya.
that's what this movie does at one point. Like the main character
Yeah.
who now realizes the stakes, although they're pretty much non-existent, just decides to leave these three girls that she's meant to be protecting. And I think that's the other problem, is that Spider dude, whatever the fuck this guy's name was, I don't even remember because he's so generic. In fact, he's so generic that I'm pretty sure they just ADR'd and added in
Everything.
like a ChatGPT
Everything.
voice to his dialogue. I don't know if like they must have got the actor based on his looks and didn't hear anything he said, and then they got him in a room and he was like, "Hi guys, I'm here for Madam Web," and they were like, "Oh shit, but we already signed off on this.
All right, let's shoot everything, then get him some voice training and
Yeah,
record his voice later.
We'll fix it in post." And what you get is obvious dialogue that's been recorded at a separate time and then added in post.
I'm not gonna sit back and let it happen. I will find them and kill them first.
His voice didn't match his lips. It didn't match the movements. It didn't match the surrounding, the room, the space, the time.
Didn't match the emotions.
It didn't match anything. It just sounded like an overlay, what it obviously was. 95% of all the films are ADR'd.
Yeah, it's a
But the problem
normal
is,
thing.
it's a normal thing. It's just that, for example, Wolverine, right? In Logan.
I was about to say Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
running-
You see, like, there's a footage from behind the screens with him. It's like, cool, that's all filmed how he did it. Then he's gonna reenact everything, but then within like this small confined soundproof studio, and right, and he does that. And it's amazing because then when they edited it back into the movie, it sounds like the original sound from the clip. Here, it's like this guy is running off the cliffs, and he's jumping and running off the walls, and he gets hit by a truck, and his voice like, my voice is still like this.
Another thing that I was just thinking about, the main character's arc, you can tell what it is in the first like 5 seconds of meeting her because they bludgeon you over the head with it. She hates people. Why is she a paramedic that saves people if she hates people? She like saves someone, and then one of the kids of the patient comes up to her with a drawing like, thank you for saving my mom. And she's like, yeah, you can keep that. Number one, I'm just like, what a horrible person. Number two, how am I going to like this character or resonate with her at all?
It doesn't give you the opportunity to like her and then feel bad for her and wanting her to grow.
You just feel like she's in the first gear the whole movie of, oh, I just hate you guys, but like I got to protect you. Well, why do you got to protect them? You don't have to protect them if you don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, why doesn't she like people? Why does she hate her mom? Is it just because her mom gave birth to her in the Amazon? Is that why?
Yeah, that's a good point. They don't explain that either.
Yeah, she hates her mom for no reason. And that makes her just like a pathetic character because why does she hate her mom? Yeah, oh, my mom, I blame my mom for dying. That's what it is. She blames her mom for dying. And the mom only died because she was in the Amazon. And like, why is she so stupid that she went to the Amazon while being high pregnant in the late stages of pregnancy? And that's why she died, because she gave birth to me in a place where there was no paramedic. And that's why now I'm a paramedic so that I can help people. And she's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care.
One of the tropes that I really hate in movies is when you have like this unstoppable force who's chasing down people, like for example in a horror movie or like I said, the Terminator, the T-1000. But in this, there's so many opportunities where the villain could kill these three girls that Madame Web is protecting. And you say to yourself, like, why doesn't he? You almost want him to just kill him to end the stupid movie.
Here comes a little list of things that I hate about the villain, right? First of all, how old is Dakota Johnson? Early 30s, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's been 30 years since the flashback to today. He didn't age at all. And I was like, okay, no problem. If he didn't age at all, that could be maybe because the spider venom, it gives him like superpowers. Maybe he stays young forever. But then in his visions of how he's going to die in, let's say, 8 years from now, he is gray. How does that happen?
What do you mean? He did age. He had a couple of gray hairs.
Yes, he did not even have those gray hairs. It's like fuck off.
That was CGI gray hairs.
Oh, CGI
probably.
gray hair.
All the budget went to trying to make him look old instead of writing an actual freaking script.
So bad. And then, right? So he has the superpower. He has the vision. He has the vision of the future of how he's going to die. But he doesn't have the vision that he's going to be hit by a car in 5 minutes from now.
Ah,
Not once, but twice. Let's go to the interesting bit now, Michael. And a rating between -5 to 5. What rating would you give this?
This is a full-on 0. I would happily watch Samurai Cop or The Room or Birdemic. There's a lot of really terrible films that I'd much rather watch than this, because at least there's like some kind of boldness of doing something, whereas this is just the most autopilot movie I've ever seen in my life. None of the actors have any soul or energy or anything in it. The story has nothing exciting. There's barely any action. Most of the action happens in flashbacks and they're meaningless. If they made a doco about how this movie got made, that would be more interesting to me than watching the actual movie. Because I'd be like, how does so many high profile executives like with a company like Sony, and after Morbius bombed, how do they say we're going to do the exact same thing again?
I would give it a 5 out of 5. Just joking. 0 out of 5. If I could go lower, I'd be going lower. I can't say a single good thing about this movie. Not a single good thing.
It doesn't even accentuate like the best things about its cast or anything like that.
Yeah.
We should also write in the title of this podcast that it's Madam Web presented by Pepsi Cola.
That was as obvious as anything. Jeez.
I'm surprised there wasn't a scene in this where like someone was like dying, like they're bleeding, and Madam Web doesn't just let me just get you a Pepsi Cola to satisfy your thirst. There you go. And then he's like, with all that sugar and energy, I'm back to normal.
Now that would be shameful.
But you know what's not shameful? Commenting below and liking this video and subscribing for more videos like this. Did you see Madam Web? And if so, what's one of your favorite quotes from the movie? Comment below and let us know. Until then, this is us guys from Movies Worth Seeing. You can check out the full podcast at Spotify and anywhere else where there's podcasts. Good day.